and she was supposed to be at the show tonight. You know, she had saved the money, she had got her tickets, she had bought an outfit, she had linked with somebody, she had some passes.
In front of thousands of fans at the Toyota Center Saturday night, Drake dedicated his entire show to 19-year-old Sabrina Herrera, who never got the chance to meet one of her favorite rappers.
I was supposed to meet her tonight, and unfortunately, about 4 weeks ago, she was killed. So I don't mean to bring the mood down. I don't want to make this like a downer. I want to celebrate her life tonight. Houston, Texas. She was from Houston. I want y'all to make some noise. We're going to do this for Sabrina tonight. You can look up there. And her whole family is here with us tonight. So I want to do this not only to celebrate her life, I want you to celebrate each and every one of your lives tonight, because you never know. So I want everybody in here to show as much love as you can so she can hear us all the way up top.
Today's story is about Sabrina Herrera, a 19-year-old teenager who was found dead in the trunk of her car. After filing a missing person report, the police found a surveillance video that shows a possible suspect running from the scene. People that knew Sabrina said she touched so many lives with her warm and loving nature. Sabrina's family said she was so excited about her first day of college. Her goal was to be a nurse and to help others. This is Missouri. The city of Missouri is located in the Houston, the Woodland Sugar Land metropolitan region in the U.S. state of Texas. The city's population increased from 67,358 in 2010 to 74,259 in 2020. These are just a few things Missouri is renowned for, with its barbecue, robust agriculture sector, and famous sites like the Gateway Arch being some of the most well-known. Also, the state is home to numerous stunning state parks that are excellent for hiking, camping, and picnics. The cost of living in Missouri is less than the national average. Housing, healthcare, groceries, utilities, and other costs can all be found to be lower here. You may do this to save money and live frugally while living your best life. As compared to 100 for the entire United States, the overall cost of living index is 85.9 instead.
Hey Lee, it's Sabrina. I've enjoyed every single moment with you guys. The bond I have built with each and every one of you has been very special. You are truly my second family, and I'm so thankful to be on this team. I'm going to miss all of the laughs that we shared, being able to dance with you all, and the locker room talks. I'm definitely going to miss Liz's big hugs every day. Thank you, Miss Toller and Miss Clark, for helping me throughout my journey.
Sabrina Herrera was born in Houston, Texas, and when she relocated to Missouri City, everyone assumed she would have trouble adjusting. Fortunately for her, however, that was not the case. After relocating there, she continued to thrive and rose to the position of cheerleading captain. She also joined the dance team. Sabrina was a vibrant young woman, but because of the things she accomplished in high school, the people that were attracted to her were similar to her as well. As a result, she began dating a boy named Troy LaRue Parker. Troy Parker was a star football player and an athlete. He was a handsome and very strong young man. A man that your parents would enjoy having at home. The couple dated for 5 years throughout high school. Even after graduating from high school, they continued with their relationship. On the 27th of August 2018, around 7 o'clock that evening, the Missouri City 911 receives a panic call from a mother desperate to find her daughter. Sabrina's mother calls because she doesn't return home like she's supposed to, which was very unusual of her. The missing girl is a 19-year-old Sabrina Herrera. She called her daughter repeatedly, but Sabrina never answered. She was also described as someone who was very organized, so her not picking her brother up from school raised alarms. She repeatedly called her daughter, but Sabrina didn't pick up or call her back. Sabrina's mother noticed that her work uniform was still on her bed when she got home from the office. As Sabrina and her mother both had iPhones and would exchange locations, Sabrina's mother was able to track her daughter down using a GPS tracking device. When she eventually located her automobile, she realized that it also had her money, car keys, and cell phone. Sabrina's car was parked at a dead end at a quiet street approximately 2 miles from her house. When the police arrived, her mother was standing next to her car. When the police started searching, they found Sabrina's lifeless body in a trunk.
Police search a car and make a gruesome discovery in the trunk, the body of a missing 19-year-old girl.
They had used an app on the iPhone to locate her vehicle. It was very unlike her not to check in or to be missing for this period of time. They located her vehicle. They called the police department.
Sabrina's mother was then taken to the police stations to give her formal statement to the police. When they examined her body, they found that her cause of death was a result of strangulation. They saw the markings on her neck. The evidence also indicates that she was attacked from behind after being knocked to the ground. In Sabrina's clothing, the detectives discovered a shoe print. In addition to having defensive markings on her right hand, which indicate that she was fighting for her life, they also discovered bruises around her eye. Before her body was discovered, the detectives could only determine that she had been murdered for a short period of time. They lacked any further supporting evidence to identify a potential suspect in her death. Throughout the location, the police began looking for a possible suspect. Also, they looked for locations with cameras in the neighborhood. The location of Sabrina's car was eventually visible on camera to the police. The police's exact location is shown in the footage of a car coming to a stop, with a black male getting out. At 20 minutes after 3 o'clock, he parked the automobile and left it unattended. This black man was carrying a black bag as he walked away. Sadly, because of the poor video quality, the authorities were unable to positively identify the individual. Due to the poor quality of the footage, when Sabrina's mother saw it, she was also unable to identify the culprit. When they learned that Sabrina had recently dumped her long-term boyfriend and was pursuing a man she met online, the police knew they needed to identify anyone in her circle who might be on a vendetta against her. When Brandon and Sabrina first connected online, they were only getting to know one another. According to her mother, Sabrina and Brandon had been arranging a face-to-face meeting. Via Sabrina's phone's social media profiles, the investigators were able to identify the suspect in the end. But on the day of her disappearance, when she was set to meet Brandon, she tragically passed away, making Brandon the prime suspect. Brandon was a black man that matched the physical characteristics of a man in the footage. When the police checked Brandon's background, they discovered that he had been detained on numerous occasions. Later, when he was taken to the police station, Brandon denied any involvement in Sabrina's death and said that he never met the woman because she never answered the phone. When the detectives decided to let him go, Brandon told them they had the wrong man because he had never met Sabrina and had no reason to kill her. They need to speak with her ex-boyfriend, Troy Parker. Troy first denied any participation in her murder when challenged by police, but when they investigated deeper, they discovered that he had been late for football practice, which would have initially given him enough time to kill Sabrina and dispose of her body. Sabrina's cousin also spoke up, claiming that she was the one to whom Sabrina disclosed that she had been abused by Troy and that this was the reason their relationship failed. Only after noticing bruises on her body and questioning about them, that was when she told her. Sabrina did not notify anybody in her family other than her cousin. This sparked so many concerns that the investigators dug into Troy's past and discovered that he had voluntarily checked himself into a mental facility for non-suicidal self-injury. Troy apparently had been inflicting harm on himself without intending to kill himself. Troy was diagnosed with depression and started cutting himself, but the physicians at the facility did not think he was suicidal. Rather, they thought he was just trying to feel something. He just stayed for one night before being released the next day. The police also discovered that Troy had covered the camera with a towel the day of Sabrina's murder to conceal his heinous deed. They discovered he had searched up items like when they reviewed his computer searches. What countries don't have an extradition treaty, and how to get a passport. He was also looking up bank robbery techniques. Troy confessed to killing Sabrina Herrera as the police were attempting to obtain a warrant for his arrest.
We changed the topic this morning with a look at Sabrina Herrera. This is her picture from 2018, the former Elkins High student, murdered at the age of 19 as she prepared to start college. The man who did it was her boyfriend of 5 years, who told police that no one else deserved her if she wouldn't be with him. He was sentenced to 45 years, but those on the front lines of advocacy say it didn't have to happen.
Police say a motive for that killing is still not clear. It is under investigation. As you mentioned, Troy Parker remains behind bars here at the Fort Bend County Jail. We requested to speak with him earlier this afternoon, but he said no.
This neighbor, who wanted to remain anonymous, told us Parker lived here with his twin brother and their adoptive mother and was a star football player in high school. He thought Parker showed so much promise.
You know, he came over, shot some basketball a couple times. You know, we talked about sports and work, and I just thought he was a good kid.
If you like this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you on the next video.